guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Well, Mr. H, your xforce 400-12 base is here, and let's just take a quick look on the inside. Now, I know that you said you wanted to have variable power put in this, but this is a high drive amplifier. At least it will be when I'm done with it. And yeah, buddy, you can't put a variable on there; it'll burn up. Because if you put more than about 10 bird through a variable, it just smokes it. Well, we've got ourselves a dead transistor, a Disho one right here, because we got our burnt 10 ohm indicator there. And what we found with all of these blue label xforces, if they've got these little yellow microclad caps on the top, they're garbage. We got to take these caps out. They get hot, and these capacitors devalue very quickly. And when that happens, you'll see your output power vary wildly because the tune on the transformers will change dramatically, and poof, Bob's your uncle. Now, the RFP PP100 15X-8, there's no physical cross for that in the known universe that is readily available to anyone. The only people that we can get these components from is actually xforce, and from what I understand, they don't keep an inventory of these available for the public, to my knowledge, and they're impossible to get a hold of on the phone anymore. So if you have an xforce that's got PP100 transistors in it, you might want to think about buying a small stock of HG transistors to replace them for in the future. Unfortunately, we've only got one part bad, but because there's no replacement components that directly cross with this safely and compatibility-wise, we have to, for safety's sake, we're going to actually upgrade it. There was a large failure rate with this particular line of transistors, almost 80 to 90%. When I say that from a small bag of knowledge. There's a lot of PPs, a lot of DEIs, a lot of Toshibas in that bag. And, well, a lot of PPs and a lot of DEIs. So needless to say, we're going to remove these components, and we're going to put something that we have a common cross for that is publicly available for all of us to have access to, so that going forward in the future, if Mr. H does decide that not wanting to send this back to this shop, or if he sells it and the next guy that owns it wants to take and get it repaired or have it modified, it's got known valued components in it that easily are cross-referenceable to something that is commonly commercially available to everyone. That's important. So, the other problem that we had is there were several things that were being produced at one time, like the power wires, the transformer leads, the chokes, like that choke there, that's not made of Teflon, that's marina boat wire. I'm going to have to rewrap these chokes, but at least the input capacitors, the splitters, output transformer, and the power wires are Teflon. We're going to rip these out and replace these. We're going to get rid of this too, change these out, redo the power wire distribution network on the inside of this thing. And then the last little bit of business that I have to do on the inside of this cabinet is this. If we go under here and we look, we can see that the cabinet has obviously been pre-drilled for multiple power supplies. Everything is pre-laid out. The problem is that there's no marks either on the threads on the inside on the power supply or out here on the clear on the cabinet. This thing never had a screw in there, not once. Have faith. I've got 832 screws that fit these sundown supplies that are in here, and we'll get you squared away. So anyhow, Mr. H, this is the overall. Now let's move on to actually getting this thing done. So first things first, transistors come out. We're going to strip it down. I'm going to repair this. We'll come back, we'll give a short little blurb of what we've actually got done so far. And then we'll come back and we'll do the actual test final tune. So on that note, away we go. Another blue label turned into something that runs. That looks a whole lot different, doesn't it? Oh, that's right, because it's full of a bunch of good parts now. So what we did is we went through and we did the power wire upgrade. We pulled out the RFT PP100s. Sorry, not saying RFP, RFT. PP100s, which there's no cross for and no public replacement for the components. And replaced it with the HG2879s, which cross with the RF parts 2879s HGs. So they're fully intermixable, and we know what they are, and there's data sheets available for them, and there's products out there that we know that will cross with this. So the guy that is going to get this amplifier, now that I'm done with it, can go and get replacement parts in the future if it's needed. Very important. Electrical industry standards. I can't believe we're just throw them out the window anymore. It's all full of Teflon now. Teflon everything. We got rid of the tiny little piss-ass disc capacitor that they were using for output tune. I just pulled it out and threw it away. Got rid of these silly little disc capacitors and actually used metal-clad Mylars. You know, the same thing that's been working tip-top shape for the last 30 years. Yeah. It's all done. It's all done. Done and done. The other thing is we actually bolted down all the supplies, went through and tightened most of them up. Most of those are loose. Let's see here, let's start here. Start over here on the 2950. I'll show you what this does with 20 watts of drive. I think you'll be a little bit impressed. Okay, so first things first here. Let's click it on. Wait a minute. There's an LED here. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Is there anybody at home over there? What the shit? Okay, so hold on. I gotta take the primary switch off this thing and I gotta fix something. Let me show you this. This is the LED holder right here. I gotta be careful where I put my fingers because there's 120 volts on this line. Just got electrocuted. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, woo, just got shocked because I have my hand on the case. Dang it. It's all because of this LED. Look at this. Look at this. How unsafe is that? That's a 12 volt LED coupled back to ground through a diode hooked directly to a 110 volt lead. This is what runs off and turns on each one of the switchers. Wow, I didn't even catch that when I was first running through it. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I gotta fix that shit. That's dangerous. Give me just a minute. I'm so mad right now. This will be my opportunity to say all kinds of massive stuff, but dead short. Very dangerous. I bet the guy never got shocked because all he ever did was reach in here, flip the switch, and he never completed the circuit back to the cabinet. Anywho, okay, so I actually got the LED hooked up to the right place with the right parts, the right valued resistors, and yeah. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. Turn this off, actually. 2950, 1000 watt slug and 1000 watt slug and peak, 1000 watt slug and average, 5 watt slug and reverse back from the bird, 10,000 watt dummy load. RCI 2950 with the 5 watt slug between the 2950 and the Blue Label xforce, which means Arlen built, by the way. xforce. Yeah. So I'll show you the passenger tune now that it's actually done properly with the right capacitance. Pass right through the box. Alright. Turn the amp on. 600 peak. 200 in bird. Nice and low. Input reflect. Now, Mr. H, I want to point out to you that this sideband switch does not do a damn thing. It is a sales marketing gimmick. This is actually a delay. Do not run this amplifier on sideband. It will blow up. Per the design from the factory, the manufacturer. This sideband switch, you cannot run Class C and run sideband. You need to add a positive voltage to your input transformers. So after you watch this video, if you want me to go back and add capacitance or add sideband to it, actually add bias to the box so you can safely run sideband without your amplifier blowing up, give me a call. We'll throw it in here. Won't take nothing at all to do. Okay, so let's get off the 2950. Let's go over here to the Striker 955. Let's go up here, we'll kill the 2950. We're gonna turn on the Striker. Kill the xforce box. 50 watts. You know what? My power supply's on. Let's get this radio up on some volts. There we go. 14 volts. There's our 80 or 90 watts. $1,000 watts peak power with 90 watts of drive. Now I want to do one more thing. I want to hook the Connex up. We'll go a little bit further with it. I'm going to hook the old raggedy Connex 4400 up to it. This thing does about 100 watts. 120 watts. About 120 watts. Up to scale, about 1150. Click that up to the 2x position. Remember the 50 mark there between the 40 and the 60. That's 1,000 watts in the 2x position. 400 bird. Mr. H, we're going to consider this thing done. We're also going to consider this thing safe, electrically safe. Between the power supply that was in here floating around, all the other electrical demons that we found in here, and including the LED that was shorting 110 volts directly to the case, and because it was doing it through that diode the way it wasn't blowing a fuse. Thank God. So this thing's done. I'm going to put the tin on it. I'm going to slide it to the side. Mr. H, after you watch this video tomorrow, give me a call. Let me know if you want me to add bias to this thing, because the way they ship these, they all say sideband on them now, and that doesn't mean anything. It's a delay, relay delay. It does not mean you can run this amp in sideband, period. Gentlemen, my name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out, www.bbiamps.com. Come find me on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and Instagram. Remember, if you like these crazy antics that I'm always pulling off and somehow magically I'm not dead, click subscribe and follow along with the show. Gentlemen, I gotta go. I got other shit I gotta do and other things I gotta go see. Bump, bump. Oh yeah, one more thing. This is really important. Really important that I do this. Especially on this one. Because I had to overhaul most of the damn amplifier. And it shocked me because of its inadequate design. I think this box has actually earned it. See you guys.